not just explaining the world, but changing it. You're listening to WBPU LP St. Petersburg.
For. In my mind I see a world that is free, a world where we'll all live in peace. I can just hear people singing, and everywhere freedom bells ringing. I don't know just when confusion will end, but one day we'll all live in peace. The 21st century, I'm a 21st century dreamer, dreaming of things to come, like no more suffering or starving to feed. People will have everything that they need, 'cause love will be everywhere. Love will be everywhere. Love will be everywhere. Not everyone sees like I see. If they did, it would be so easy. But still I believe there's more than just me who's praying the world will have peace. There seems no end to the fighting that fires up hate keep igniting. Yet I have no doubt they will be put out, 'cause one day the world will have peace. In the 21st century, I'm a 21st century dreamer, dreaming of things to come, when trouble and hate will be things of the past, a world where not even their memory will last, 'cause love will be everywhere. Love will be everywhere. Love will be everywhere.
You are listening to Diasporic music on Black Power 96 with Melinda Francis, Norman Richmond, and Lisa Watson is on the buttons. And we would like to thank two people like we thank every week. We would like to thank Chairman Omali Ishatella for giving us the space on Black Power 96 to do Diasporic music. And we would like to thank Archie Shep for giving us the concept of diasporic music, music made in the West, but not of the West, but we cheat because we play music from everywhere that imperialism deposited our folks, and some of our folks were already there, like in the South Pacific and in Australia, although some people debate that. I think Renoko Rashidi said that the Australians were not necessarily Africans. I hope I'm getting that right. But we are going to attempt to have a great show for you today. We're paying tribute to Dr. Martin Luther King. And Martin Luther King was born on January 15th, 1929, on a Tuesday, and his name would be in Ghana would be Kwabena, and I don't know why Osajifo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah was not given the name when he went to Ghana in 1957, because Malcolm was given a name in Nigeria, Omowale. I know the child or son who has come home, but Dr. King would have been called Kwabena. And we are going to be talking a lot about Dr. King. And one of the tracks we're going to play after we do a little talking with Melinda, we're going to play a clip of when Duke Ellington met Dr. Martin Luther King. And Melinda, how are you doing today?
Oh, I'm doing well. Happy to be here. It's a rare time where I'm able to do the show from home. So, yeah, I'm excited to get into this tribute. And I hope all our listeners stayed safe this week and they're doing well. It's a sunny day here in Toronto. So, hoping that spring is on its way. And, yeah, I'm glad to be here with you, Norm.
All right, we're going to have a horn report per usual. We're also going to have T.N. Providence is going to continue his tribute to Roberta Flack, and we are going to play some music from Paul Robeson a little bit later. We're going to play the Chinese national anthem, and maybe the state might come after us for playing the national anthem in Chinese, but Paul Robeson actually sang that he sang it in Mandarin, yeah. And we are going to listen to, a tape of when Duke Ellington actually met Martin Luther King. It's a brief 2-minute, 19-second clip of Duke Ellington when he met Dr. King, and then we're going to listen to a song called King Fit the Battle of Alabama, and Max Roach is going to pay his tribute to MLK, and we're going to let's go listen to Duke Ellington meets MLK.
The American road was still segregated in 1960, and even Duke Ellington's patience ran out.
Well, I mean, it all boils down to the skin disease and all that, you know. People were being thrown out of places because they had Negro companions. They were thrown out of this place and that place.
The music he wrote explained how he felt about civil rights. And I think his statement in response to the 60s had to do with a show called My People, which played in Chicago. I remember one, glorious experience. I introduced him to Dr. Martin Luther King, standing on a windy corner on Michigan Avenue in Chicago. Martin and I had flown up from Atlanta, and I called Edward up in his suite. And I said, come down here, I want you to meet somebody. He said, oh, Bridie Mae, I'm not dressed. I said, that's all right. He said, just put your coat on over your pajamas. So he came down, and he comes bouncing off the elevator. He always had this bounce in his walk, you know. I said, come here, Edward. Get out in the corner. And Martin is sitting in the limousine, and he looks up, and he sees Edward. He jumps out of the car, and he runs over to him. They embrace like they were old friends. He was really in awe of having met Mr. Ellington, you know. He didn't realize that Edward was as in awe having met Dr. King. So he said, let's go over to McCormick Place. I said, okay. So Strayhorn was rehearsing the cast. He said, Strays, put on Bam. And they come out with King Fit the Battle of Bam, which was King Fought the Battle of Birmingham. And that was a song that Edward had written. Martin was very moved, and tears came down, and I was moved, and I cried. And Edward was delighted.
Martin Luther King fit the battle of Bam, Bam, Bam. King fit the battle of Bam, and the bull jumped nasty, ghastly, nasty. King fit the battle of Alabama, Birmingham, Alabama. King fit the battle of Bam, and the bull jumped nasty, ghastly, nasty. Bull turned the hoses on the church people, church people. Oh, church people, bull turned the hoses on the church people, and the water came splashing, dashing, crashing. Let me tell you that the bull turned the hoses on the church people, church people. Oh, church people, bull turned the hoses on the church people, and the water came splashing, dashing, crashing. Freedom rider, ride, freedom rider, go to town. You and us gonna get on the bus. All aboard, sit down, sit tight, sit down, sit down, baby, sit down, sit down, sit tight. Go to that school, don't be no fool. Sit down, be cool. Be cool. Little babies fit the battle of holy storms. Holy storms. Little babies fit the battle of holy storms. And the dogs came prowling, howling, prowling. The dog looked the baby rat square in the eye and said, bye. Square. The baby looked the dog rat back in the eye and didn't cry and didn't laugh. Now when the dog saw the baby, wasn't afraid, he pulled his Uncle Bull's coat and said, that baby acts like he don't give a damn. Are you sure we're still in Alabama? King fit the battle of Alabama. Yeah, King fit the battle in Birmingham. And the bull jumped nasty, the water came dashing, the riders went to town, and the dogs came a-growling. Oh, King fit Bam in Birmingham. And the bull jumped nasty, the water came dashing, the riders went to town.
I still have a dream. It is a dream deeply rooted in the American dream. I have a dream that one day this nation will rise up, live out the true meaning of its creed. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal. From the prodigious hilltops of New Hampshire, let freedom reign. From the mighty mountains of New York, let freedom reign. From the heights and Alleghenies of Pennsylvania, let freedom ring. From the snow-capped Rockies of Colorado, let freedom ring. From the curvaceous slopes of California. Not only that, let freedom ring from Stone Mountain of Georgia. Let freedom ring from Lookout Mountain of Tennessee. Let freedom ring from every hill and molehill of Mississippi, from every mountainside. To speed up that day when all of God's children, black men and white men, Jews and Gentiles, Protestants and Catholics, will be able to join hands and sing in the words of the old Negro spiritual. Free at last, free at last. Thank God Almighty, we are free at last.
And you're listening to Diasporic Music on Black Power 96. We have been listening to Max Roach, and he was paying tribute to Dr. Martin Luther King. Max Roach was, I remember telling or saying publicly how all of the bebop people were from the United States of America, the innovators for the bebop, and he rebuked me by saying that he was one of the innovators of bebop, and his grandfather was born in Barbados. He would always let you know that his granddad was a Bajan man, a flying fish man, and he made that clear. And we're going to listen to Mr. Paul Leroy Robeson. We're going to listen to Mr. Robeson. He's going to sing the Chinese national anthem in Mandarin, believe it or not. Paul Robeson could speak 26 languages, and he was a phenomenal human being. And we're going to, after we listen to Mr. Robeson sing the Chinese national anthem, we're going to listen to Mr. Robeson, Paul Leroy Robeson, talk about the burning issue, the most burning issue of colonialism.
How is it that the American Negro, who for so long has been a second-class citizen in the United States...
Still is, I'm sorry.
Well, how is it that he's contributed so much to American culture?
Well...
Music, dance, everything you can think of.
Well, I have to be very modest about that. I would say certainly as we look at the African peoples in Nigeria, for example, I just got a wonderful invitation to go to Nigeria to be present at the installation at the Governor General Ezekwe, an old friend, who will now, and I had to cable him. I'm in Australia. I certainly would like to be with you. but I'm out here with some good folks, but I'll get to Nigeria later.
Mr. Robeson, do you feel that Africa is to some extent an affinity for it, a home, or do you still feel America is essentially your home? How do you feel?
Well, let me come here. I'll come to that in just a second. But to come back to it, so I would say the Africans and the American Negroes have turned out to be an extraordinarily gifted people. The great tragedy is that by not making us full-class citizens as yet in America, they may be losing, I don't know how much yet. And to come back, I would say that unquestionably, I am an American, born there. My father slaved there. Upon the backs of my people was developed the primary wealth of America, the primary wealth. You have to have accumulated wealth to start, you know, to build. You did it another way here in Australia. You had to build your accumulated wealth too. You just came and took it, you know what I mean? And that's what they did in most of the countries. That's what you Europeans did. You just took it. We got to catch up with you a little bit. And so in America. So there's a lot of America that belongs to me yet, you understand? But just like a Scottish American is proud of being from Scotland, I'm proud for being African. Now in our school books, they tried to tell me that all Africans were savages, till I got to London and found most of the Africans I knew were going to Oxford and Cambridge and doing very well, and learned their culture. And even once somebody had the temerity, after one had conquered the Chinese people and imposed upon them the opium trade and everything else, to suggest that they were a backward people, just the people who had been civilized so long over the rest of you folks didn't make any sense at all. So somewhere, it was wonderful to find about the colored peoples of the world that they were very advanced. So I would say today that I'm an American who is infinitely prouder to be of African descent, no question about it. No question about it. I'm an Afro-American, and I don't use the word American ever loosely again.
Now, this was the feeling. This was the feeling.
That's right.
That when you were in London about 1937, 38, you really had the world at your feet. Then, I mean, you're a tremendous success. You were recognised all over the world, and yet you went back to America. This was the feeling that took you back?
I felt I had to go back to my people. That's right. The going was tough, and today I can go back. I just had my passport renewed. I could go back to pretty tough times now. But any time I could get a telegram next week that the Negro people had gathered somewhere in one of their conferences, as they could, and say, Paul, in the difficulties that are going on in America, would you come back and help us?